Good morning, Staples. My name is Hannah Dickinson.
And I'm Cameron Felton.
We are still scrambling to get ourselves back to normal.
And we will deal with some aspects of Sandy in our show today.
But before we begin, would you please all stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So let's begin with Hurricane Sandy.
Because of the impact of Hurricane Sandy, Principal Dodig has asked for a minute of the show to update us on some of the decisions that have been made in the last several days. Here he is.
Good morning, everyone. I thought I'd take this opportunity to explain when homecoming is and how it got to be on that date. After a week of misery, storm misery, being out of school for a week, and actually some schools being out even longer than a week, the state CIAC football committee pegged the last two games to be Thursday, which is today, and next Tuesday. And then, of course, we're preparing for a new storm coming in this afternoon and this evening, which changed everything. We got word yesterday that the CIAC committee met again, and they've now have changed the last two games to be this Saturday against Ward, at Ward, and then the following Thursday. That's our last home game, therefore our homecoming game this year. It's unfortunate because that causes a conflict with players and their wonderful production of Oklahoma. There is really nothing that we can do about it. It's very unfortunate, and we just have to chalk it up to the storm, and I'm sure it's not going to happen again in the future. So I urge you all to look forward to the game, the homecoming game, which will be next Thursday at 5 o'clock on our field. Come, have a great time, be good, make us proud, and the outcome will be successful. Thank you.
Last week, if you tuned into WWPT on the radio, you were not greeted by any music or sports. Instead, you heard the voice of Fire Inspector Nate Gibbons broadcasting emergency information to the town.
On Tuesday, Hannah Foley and our film crew went to the fire station on the Post Road to meet with Inspector Gibbons and find out who he really is. Here's Hannah's interview.
Alright, so I'm Hannah Foley and I'm here with Nate Gibbons, who's been doing the broadcasts over 90.3 WWPT during Hurricane Sandy.
As of 7 o'clock this morning, 54 line crews and 15 tree crews were working. There remained around 400 homes in Westport without power. That's about 3% of our town. In a larger regional context, almost 1 million homes in the tri-state area remain in the dark. Now, Connecticut's share of that number is 10,000 homes, about 1%.
Well, Hannah, as you probably know, the fire department has an emergency transmitter right behind me here. When we have situations like natural disasters, we tap into the Staples radio station and provide pre-recorded messages with all sorts of updates. Could be safety, power outages, how to deal with your frozen home to help Westport residents be prepared and then recover.
And so what experience do you have working in radio and broadcasting?
Well, like you, I worked at a high school radio station. After I got out of college, I worked in television for some time, 13 years. I had a television production company. I left that career in the mid-90s and joined the Westport Fire Department. Best move I ever made.
And so have you ever broadcast about any other natural disasters, or is Hurricane Sandy your first?
No, we've done broadcasts here through a number of the disasters. We did the freak snowstorm last year. During Hurricane Irene, we did broadcasts. Occasionally, we've had spot broadcasts when we've had some of those really severe summer squalls that come through. We have something that really wallops the town and knocks out a lot of power. Right. We try to get on there and give people an update so that at least they know what's going on.
And so is there any broadcast that you did in the past week that you felt was the most important out of all the ones you did, whether it was in terms of information or the amount of people you reached?
I think that what we were doing the night of the storm was critically important. Monday, it was a hellacious day, and as the storm intensified, around 4 or 5 o'clock, really to get people to stay inside, stay off the roads, it was extremely dangerous. So bad, in fact, that we brought all of our own firemen, fire trucks back into shelter, except for extreme risks. We had some rescues we had to make, but that was when this radio station was critical, to get people off the streets, and it worked. I mean, in Westport, no fatalities, no serious injuries. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback. People have called in expressing their support for the messages. We've even gotten calls from out of town. People from Norwalk, people from Reading have, I guess, picked up the signal, and they kind of say, gee, I wish we had that in our town.
Right.
So maybe they should.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much for meeting with us today. And so for everyone, if for the next hurricane or the next freak storm, make sure you'll tune in to 90.3. Thanks for meeting with us.
Good talking to you, Hannah.
This is the Westport Emergency Operations Center, broadcasting on WWPT-FM, 90.3 on the FM dial from Westport, Connecticut. I'll see you this afternoon around 2 o'clock.
Thanks, Hannah, for your interview. It is nice to be able to put a face on that voice that so many people in the town have gotten important information from.
Up next is a piece about a local youth organization. Madison Lorenz recently filmed a meeting of a local chapter of Junior Achievement.
I was editing it, and we hope you enjoy it. Here it is.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I'm Jasmine Henry, and I'm the president of Junior Achievement of Westport.
I'm Danielle Williams, and I'm the vice president of finance. I'm Marianne DuBois, and I'm the vice president of public relations.
I'm Sydney Schmersler, and I'm VP of marketing.
I'm Pio Agloff, and I'm VP of Human Resources.
I'm Allegra Chappell, and I'm VP of production.
Junior Achievement is a national business program where young students, we meet and we come up with product ideas to sell, and basically we create our entirely own company, and we go out and sell starter projects, and then we come up with our own product to sell to people in our community. And it's just a really good way of getting knowledge and experience in the business world, which a lot of us are planning or hoping to do and study in college.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Thanks, girls. Did you know that Junior Achievement is the world's largest organization dedicated to educating students about business through hands-on programs?
If you have any questions about Junior Achievement, see Madison Lorenz, and she'll probably be able to answer them. For Staples players, the show must go on in spite of Hurricane Sandy. Despite missing a week of rehearsals, players still plans to open Oklahoma this coming weekend. Here's some important information about the show.
Hi, my name is Ryan Shea, and I'm the Vice President of Staples Players. I'm here to talk to you about our upcoming production of Oklahoma. As you know, Hurricane Sandy recently came through and did a job on our town of Westport. But through hard work of the costume staff, the production team, the cast, and crew, we are still able to open Oklahoma on time. Now, I just want to talk to you about a couple cool things we have going on in Oklahoma. We have an awesome set, we have really cool costumes, there are guns, knife fights. There's something for everyone in this show. And despite Hurricane Sandy, we've still been able to open it on time. We're opening this weekend on Friday, and there's another weekend of shows next weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can buy your tickets outside the cafeteria or online at stapleспlayers.com. Now, I know this show sounds already awesome, but make sure that you don't miss it. Thank you very much for your time, and be sure to not miss Oklahoma this weekend.
Thanks, Ryan. Do not miss this show. Oklahoma is considered by some to be the greatest musical ever written.
The talent in this year's cast is through the roof. The music, the set, and the costumes are all fantastic.
Again, Oklahoma opens this week. You can buy tickets in the caf during lunch or online at the Staples Players website.
This weekend, high school broadcasters from all over the country will travel to Chicago for the Drury Awards. 5 national finalists have been chosen in a number of categories, and on Saturday, the best of the best will be chosen.
Here's Lexi with some background on the Drurys.
Recently, we had a couple students nominated for the Drury Awards. We wanted to find out more about it, so we met up with Hannah Foley and Angus Armstrong. Here they are. What are the Drury Awards?
Drurys are high school radio awards. Basically, it's appropriated by 98.1 FM in Chicago.
How do you qualify for a nomination?
Well, last year we had to send in our, our pieces by like early May. And then they go to a panel in Chicago and they go through all the pieces and figure out which ones they like the best, which ones they think have the best skills in broadcasting, and then those are the ones that go on to the nationals.
What category were you nominated for?
I was nominated with Brendan Burris for Best Sports Talk about a look at Staples water polo.
So what kind of things are broadcasted?
So what we broadcast, really it's anything going on around town. With WWPT, because we are in Staples, we try to take more of a local view on everything, because you can get your national news or, your statewide news anywhere, but we have that cool perspective of being inside the community.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Firstly, I'd like to thank Brendan Burris for bringing me in to the studio and giving me a chance to talk about water polo on the air. Hopefully it's made a difference in Westport. Hopefully some kids got turned on to it because of it. And hopefully we can bring home the award.
Thank you, Hannah and Angus. That was very informative. We'd also like to recognize the other nominations.
So let's pull for our WWPT superstars.
These are the voices you hear calling the games on the radio, playing the songs, and giving you your news updates. We'll have our own update on how they did on Tuesday's show.
Up next is the news and some more important announcements for you.
Hello, I'm Doug Caffrey and here's the news. Because of the hurricane, there have been some changes made to homecoming, sports, and other events. The next football game is this Saturday. It is away and at Andrew Ward High School in Fairfield. The game is scheduled at 11 a.m. The homecoming football game is a week from today, Thursday, November 15th at 5 p.m. At this time, there has been no final decision about a pep rally. The November 3rd SAT, which was canceled due to Hurricane Sandy, has been rescheduled to Saturday, November 17th. The November 3rd SAT admissions ticket is still valid and will be honored. Questions should be directed to Mr. Jolly at ajolly@westport.k12.ct.us. There will be a meeting for parents and racers interested in learning more about the Staples High School ski team next Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the cafeteria. Please bring a pen and a checkbook if you know you want to race the season. Information will be shared about the race season, a pre-season trip to Okemo Mountain, as well as many other topics. Please visit the ski team website for more information and forms at www.staplesskiteam.com. For questions, see Mr. Owen. That's the news as we know it. Now let's turn it over to sports.
Hello and welcome to sports. I'm Kieran Simonovic.
And I'm Dylan.
Before the hurricane, we ran a piece about the girls volleyball team and the upcoming Friday Senior Day game.
Here's Anna and Will to give you an update on that game.
Hi, I'm Anna and this is Will, and a few weeks ago the girls volleyball team played our Senior Day game against Richfield.
We won 3-0, and here's some highlights and interviews from some players.
Mushrow, the setup to Dmitriev, and she finds a hole. Tip. Once again, another recovery by Richfield. A setup to Dmitriev. A setup to Graber, but it's still taken by Richfield. A setup to lead her back, and a block in front!
I think everyone was really able to fill the spots really well.
I also think we have a really nice balance between working hard and having a good time. Like, we all have a lot of fun with each other, and we're so close.
So I don't really know what to expect as a player, but last time that the team played, I think that they did an amazing job, and so I'm hopefully we do the same on Monday. Woo!
Great game, girls.
And make sure you all come to our first round of states on Saturday this weekend.
Congratulations to girls volleyball and the great season they've had.
Speaking of congratulations, the boys track team pulled a major upset by defeating both Danbury and Fairfield Prep to qualify for the New England Championships as a team.
Senior captain Henry Wynn was the overall winner. The other runners at the championship this weekend are Sam Cohen, Marcus Russi, Patrick Nolan, Brad Payne, Peter Elkine, and Ollie Hickson. Congratulations also to Hannah DeBalsi, who also qualified for the championships and made an All-State as a freshman.
In spite of the hurricane, the Klein Challenge continues. Here's Mr. Klein with an update on his success and a new challenger to take him on.
What's going on, Mr. Klein? You know, you're not your normal self. Mr. Klein, you're usually so up for this. Was it the hurricane? I know you missed a week, but what's wrong? I mean, Mr. Klein, what's going on?
I lost! Brad Payne got me. Brad went... Yo, Zito, I knew you'd get some pleasure out of this. Brad went 2-1 the week before the hurricane. I went 1-2. It was my first losing week, and I have a feeling it's probably going to be my only losing week.
No.
I am ready for week 10 of the NFL season. Let's bring it on. I have Emily Greenberg here as the next contestant on the Klein Challenge in week 10 of the NFL season. Emily is actually going to be a contestant on Team Jeopardy, airing in February of next year. Let's quiz you real quick, okay? Ulaanbaatar is the capital of what country?
Mongolia.
Actually, I think on Jeopardy it would be, what is Mongolia, Emily?
Apologies. You
Terrific. You got it. Emily is actually the first contestant on the Klein Challenge that I handpicked. I was told by a colleague that Emily had been very critical of my picks over the last couple weeks, stating that anybody can pick the obvious games. So I got Emily. She's here. We're going to see what she has. Emily, are you a football fan?
I am.
Who do you root for?
I'm a diehard Giant fan.
New York Football Giants. I like that. Okay, Emily, what do you have for week 10 of the NFL season?
Well, of course, my New York Giants over the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
The Ravens, even without linebacker Ray Lewis, over the Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
And the San Francisco 49ers over the Rams.
Okay. So, like you said, Emily, anybody can go with cupcakes, right? All
That's
right.
a lot of pressure. I didn't realize.
Here's my picks for week 10 of the NFL season. I'm going to go with the New England Patriots over the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks over the Jets, Jets. And my lock of the week...
Ooh, that's a big lock, all right.
...is the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Kansas City Chiefs. That's it for week 10 of the NFL season. Enjoy the games, and Emily, good luck on Jeopardy.
Thank you.
See ya!
Thanks, Mr. Klein, Mr. Zito, and Emily Greenberg. Good luck to all of you.
That's our sports report for the week. Let's throw it back to our hosts.
Thanks, guys. Well, Staples, that's our show for this week.
The Period A class will be back with their show on Tuesday.
Have a great weekend. See you at Oklahoma. Don't miss this show. It will run the next 2 weeks.
And see you too on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. at Ward High School for the football game.
Goodbye.